This is a Sprite Alpine Ford. It's going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker, you have your gas bottle with your gas pipe work going into the bottle itself and the gas regulator on the bulkhead. The pipe work that goes into the bottle is a reverse thread fitment, so you need to turn that the opposite way to release the fitment from the bottle. You can carry a maximum of 2 6-kilogram propane gas bottles at any time. And also in the front locker, when you pick the van up, you'll notice there's a leg winder in there and also the motor mover engagement bar. Coming down the side of the van, you've got your Truma heating and hot water flue. This is very simply there to allow the heating system to breathe, a bit like the flue on the side of your house. You never cover this up, you always leave it open as it is now. Down the bottom on this side, you've got your wind down legs to stabilise the van while it's on site. You wind them down to the ground so they touch, and you'd never lift the Caravan with these legs as it could potentially damage the floor of the Caravan. We've then got the water pump connection that goes into the side of the van. So you've got the blue trigger here that you pull back and release, and you push in and lock in place to lock it into the side of the Caravan. The pickup pipe then drops down inside the aqua roll, as you can see. Next up, the locker here is the battery locker, and you've also got your mains power lead that goes into the side of here. There'll also be a power switch for the motor mover, and we'll demonstrate all of this while you're here on site. On the side of the Caravan, you have your 2 fridge vents, again, that are very simply there to allow hot air out the back of the fridge unit and to take some cool air in. Behind one of those, there'll also be a gas flue for when the fridge is running on gas. Motor mover and wheel nuts. We'll torque the wheel nuts before you leave site with the Caravan, so you can see they've been tightened to the correct setting. And then also we'll demonstrate the motor mover so you can see how they work and get you to have a go with it as well, so you know how it operates. Down the side of the van, the fresh water that comes in the front of the van has to come out somewhere, and that's what these 2 grey pipes are towards the back of the Caravan. 2 bits of grey pipe go into the larger diameter holes, and they'll drop down inside your Wastemaster, or if you're on a direct hookup site, you may have to get some extra long pipe that will drop down inside the drain system itself. On the back of the Caravan, you've got your 2 wind down legs to stabilise the van. Again, they are just there for stabilising, they are not there for lifting the Caravan. At the back of the Caravan, on the door side, you have the toilet flush tank, so you'll open this up and you'll need to put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. And in the bottom, you'll see you've got your toilet waste cassette, which you release by pulling back up the orange handle. The neck here turns out 90 degrees, so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. On the back of the cassette, you've got your orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. And on the door side, once again at the front, you have the last wind down leg. So as you come in the Caravan, above the door, you'll see the main control panel for the Caravan. You've got your master power switch here. You've got your water pump switch, which I'm just going to turn off for a moment. I'll come back to in a moment. You've got indicators to say that you've got mains power coming from the site to the Caravan. And then if you've got the car connected to the Caravan, you'll have an orange dot on here. If you've got all 3 connected at the same time, you need to make sure you disconnect either the car or the Caravan, especially if you're going to tow away, because you don't want to be ripping the lead out the side of the van. Leisure battery voltage, as you can see here, will bring up the battery voltage that is on board from the onboard battery. And then if you press view levels, that will bring this up. And it also connected to the car, it will bring up the vehicle battery voltage on the right hand side. The first thing you're going to need to do is fill the water system on board the Caravan. Now, I've actually already done it with this Caravan, but first of all, you're going to need to come over to every tap on board the Caravan, open them all up on the hot side of the water system, as you can see. And then you're going to come underneath the seat on the front right-hand side of the Caravan. And underneath here, you'll find a yellow drain down valve. That yellow drain down valve needs to be parallel with the floor, as it is at the moment, so you can fill the water system up. Once you've got it parallel with the floor and you've got all the taps open, you'll come back to the control panel above the door and hit the water pump switch. Once the water system is completely full, you'll have water running out of every tap on board the Caravan. And at that point then, you can shut all of the taps back off, and that's the water system filled, and you can start thinking about warming the water on board the van. So the control panel that we have above the door is a combi style heating system, or water system and heating system. So on this right hand side here, you have a dial that allows you to run the water at 40 or 60 degrees of water temperature, so you spin the dial to the correct setting just here, whichever one you want it to be. And down the bottom here, it allows you to run the water system on gas and electric at the same time, and gas only. Now, what we advise is if you're going to shower on board the Caravan, you'll set it to gas, because then it will boost the water system a lot quicker than what the electric side can. But like I said, electric water heater, 40 degrees, 60 degrees, gas only, and a combination of electric and gas at the same time. You will notice there's a number in the center of this dial just here, and this is for the heating on board the Caravan, and I'll come back to that in a moment. So on this side just here, you have the option to run your heating on board the Caravan. So at the top here, you've got 500 watts, 1000 watts, gas on its own, a combination of gas and 500 watts of electric, and a combination of gas and 1000 watts of electric. You'll select the relevant power source down this side. Bearing in mind the gas system will self-ignite if you turn it onto gas, and there'll be a red fail lighter that appears in here if it fails to ignite, and the same as if you try to ignite it on this side and it fails to ignite. Once you've got your selection made here of what power source you want to run your heating and hot water on, you'll then control the temperature dial, or you'll control the temperature of the heater on this dial in the center. Like I said, it is a combi boiler, so it'll run both at the same time as your household system would do. The next thing we're going to go to is the fridge system. The fridge system on board this Caravan is very simple to use. You have power on at the top here. At the moment we're running on mains power, and to select your power source, what you'll need to do is press the grey button, press and hold the grey button, then use the arrows right or left to select the power source you want to use. So we're going to go to 12 volt battery. So that is the 12 volt supply from the car that you're towing with. You'll press the grey button to select it. The temperature control is irrelevant at that point, but as you can see, once you've selected your power source, you can adjust the temperature of the fridge. To set it, again, you'll hit the grey button. It's going to continue to flash as there is no 12 volt connected from a car. So that is the 12 volt supply from the car you are towing with, not the 12 volt supply on board the Caravan. I'll press and hold the grey button again. We'll come across to the right and we'll select gas. And again, when you're on gas or mains, you can control the fridge temperature with the arrows left or right, as you can see here. To select the temperature of the fridge, you'll hit the grey button. And as you can see, it is selected full cold and on gas at the same time. Now, if it fails to ignite on gas, it's going to start flashing this control panel again. It will actually do that in a moment because the gas isn't turned on, but it will start flashing the control panel, and it may actually, depending on the system in the fridge, it may actually bleep at you to inform you it has failed to ignite. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to the 240 mode. So again, if you want to select 240, you'll hit the grey button, then you'll be able to control your temperature of the fridge on the button on the right hand side, on the left hand side here. Again, we'll select the grey button, and that is the fridge temperature set. We then have the cooker, hob and grill. All of this works very much the same as your household cooker and hob and grill, with your igniter on the front, as you'd expect to see. The bed lifts up so you can store things underneath, and there is also that storage locker on the outside where you can access the storage underneath the bed. The last thing we're going to go through on this particular Caravan is the toilet system in the bathroom. The toilet system is very easy to use. On the toilet you have an electric flush just here. You have a toilet full indicator light that will illuminate red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience. However, when you are removing the toilet waste cassette from underneath the Caravan, we do advise you have it back in the central position. If it is turned at all, it could potentially lock. The toilet seat is turned at all, it could actually potentially lock the toilet waste cassette in place. Below the toilet, you'll actually see a grey waste handle. Now, when you're using the loo, you need to pull that grey handle towards us here at the camera. And when you're removing the toilet waste cassette, again, you need to make sure that it's back in the central position. If it is not in the central position, it will lock the toilet cassette in place. And if you manage to remove the toilet waste cassette with that flap open, you will have damaged the toilet waste cassette itself. So that is the Sprite Alpine 4. If you have any further questions on the Caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thank you for now. Bye bye.